John? Bullshit.
Our money is on the big guy. Welcome to WatchMojo.com.
Thank you.
And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 mismatched movie fights.
Tonight you die.
Ladies first.
For this list, we're taking a look at big screen fights between two opponents who don't seem to fit together naturally.
You'll put down your rock and I'll put down my sword and we'll try and kill each other like civilized people.
Or that seem wildly unfair.
This puny mortal will be no problem.
For the record, we're excluding Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, because that film isn't even out yet. And also, because a few of these are climactic battles, a spoiler alert is in order. Number 10. Westley vs. Fezzik, The Princess Bride.
I did that on purpose. I don't have to miss.
I believe you.
If this were a sword fight, we'd likely bet on the swashbuckling Westley over the mounting Fezzik.
So what happens now?
We face each other as God intended. Sportsmanlike.
In a battle of brute strength, however, you'd think that the odds would be slightly in Andre the Giant's favor.
I think the odds are slightly in your favor at hand fighting.
It's not my fault being the biggest and the strongest. I don't even exercise.
Although Fezzik does outweigh his masked opponent, Westley still has agility, strategy, and wit on his side.
You're quick.
He uses all of the above to put Fezzik in a sleeper hold and win the brawl in sportsmanlike fashion.
Haven't fought just one person for so long. Been specializing in groups, battling gangs for local charities, that kind of thing.
Westley thus gets one step closer to the Princess Bride, while Fezzik gets closer to the large women of his dreams.
I do not envy you the headache you will have when you awake. But in the meantime, rest well and dream of large women.
Number 9. Ace Ventura vs. Tiny Warrior, Ace Ventura When Nature Calls.
Your admiration is well-founded, but I am merely a servant.
Claiming to have the reflexes of a cat and the speed of a mongoose, Ace Ventura may seem like a capable fighter.
I'll have you know I have the reflexes of a cat and the speed of a mongoose. Throw it. I dare ya.
Ace overestimates his skills upon entering the Circle of Death, however, and squaring off with an animalistic tribal man. While small and scrawny, this Wachutu warrior isn't afraid to bite or mess with the dew.
Oda! Don't just stand there! Throw me a spear!
As Ace screams in pain, the Wachutu and audience scream in hilarity. The energized Jim Carrey will strive to make us laugh no matter what the filmmakers throw at him, including multiple spears.
It's in the bone! It's in the bone! It's in the bone!
Number 8. Jackie Moon vs. Dewey the Bear, Semi-Pro.
Scared cards.
It's a baby bear. It's trained and everything.
From raccoons to sharks, Will Ferrell is no stranger to animal fights.
I'm terrified of those things. I'm freaking out.
His most hysterical mismatched interspecies brawl has gotta be in Semi-Pro, when Jackie Moon enters the ring with a baby bear named Dewey.
You're just nothing but a dumb bear. Smack back.
Jackie sneaks a couple of cheap moves in there at first, but he makes the crucial mistake of turning his back on the beast.
Flip! Can you dig it? Jackie Moon! Flip!
From there, Dewey gives Jackie a traditional bear hug, and his handler, played by Kristen Wiig, isn't much help. Saying Spumoni can't save Jackie, or the audience, as Dewey runs loose.
Spumoni! One round! No Spumoni! F you, Claire Spumoni!
Number 7. Gabriel Gabe Walker vs. Eric Qualen, Cliffhanger.
Kill a few people, they call you a murderer. Kill a million, and you're a conqueror. Go figure.
In this corner, we have Sylvester Stallone as a macho mountain climber.
Qualen, the game's over. You lost.
In the other corner, we have John Lithgow as a white-collar thief.
Meet me at the highest point from where you are. If you don't, we're going to find out if this little angel of yours can fly.
Lithgow may be more likely to give a better performance, but we all know who would win in a fight.
It's just us now, you piece of shit!
Nevertheless, the climax of Cliffhanger still leaves you at the edge of your seat, as Stallone's Walker and Lithgow's Qualen duke it out atop a dangling helicopter.
Stick around!
In a chokehold, Walker resorts to biting to beat his foe, and sends him plummeting to an explosive fate.
Remember, shithead! Keep your arms and legs in the vehicle! At all times!
Number 6. Hit Girl vs. Mother Russia, Kick-Ass 2.
Are you ready to die, little girl?
I might be, if I keep looking at that shit stain you call a face.
Being a prepubescent girl dressed in purple and played by the charming Chloe Grace Moretz, Hit Girl may not seem like the most intimidating superhero. In Kick-Ass, though, she proves herself to be a one-girl army. Hit Girl meets her match in Kick-Ass 2, where she faces the hulking Mother Russia. Just when it seems that Hit Girl has dropped her last F-bomb, she tricks her towering challenger into giving her an adrenaline shot.
That's not what it's for. It's called adrenaline, bitch.
With that extra boost, Mother Russia is no match for Hit Girl's agility and a fistful of glass. Number 5. David vs. Goliath, King David.
Let all Israel witness how the king loves David!
When people think of little guys triumphing over seemingly unstoppable titans, the story of King David immediately comes to mind.
Once again I bring you the challenge of Goliath of Gath, champion of the Philistines.
Even if this big screen adaptation of the biblical account isn't exactly heavenly, how could David and Goliath not make this list?
Goliath!
With nothing but a sling and a stone, David stands up to Goliath, who's actually much shorter than one would envision. While Goliath still seems like the obvious victor, David totally pwns the not-so-gigantic giant. Either God was truly with David, or that was the luckiest shot ever.
So be it, Lord.
Number 4. Apollo Creed vs. Ivan Drago, Rocky 4.
He's killing you. I gotta stop this thing. I'm here to fight, promise me. You're not gonna stop this fight.
Apollo Creed can hold his own in a fight, being the heavyweight champion of the world.
You don't stop this fight, no matter what.
After retiring for 5 years, though, Apollo's a little too rusty to challenge a Russian Street Fighter wannabe like Ivan Drago. This doesn't stop Apollo from re-entering the ring, or Drago from beating him to a bloody pulp in Rocky 4. Even when it's clear Drago has the upper fist, Apollo makes Rocky promise not to throw in the towel. Well, what's the worst that could happen? Oh, that's pretty much the worst case scenario. Number 3. Yin Yang vs. Gunnar Jensen, The Expendables. Bringing together virtually every major action star in the history of cinema, it's only natural that The Expendables would have a few mismatched fights.
Yang!
The highlight has got to be when Jet Li's Yin Yang and Dolph Lundgren's Gunnar Jensen go head-to-head. As you would expect, their brawl is full of fast-paced choreography and cheesy one-liners right out of the 80s.
What do you wear, size 3? Bring it, Happy Feet!
So, can Yin's Kung Fu beat Gunnar's brute strength? No, but it doesn't really matter since Sylvester Stallone's Barney Ross just comes in and shoots Gunnar anyway. Number 2. Indiana Jones vs. First Mechanic, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Komm, kämpf! Junge, komm runter da!
Indiana Jones may be the greatest adventurer who ever lived, but even he has his limits.
Gib dir also die Fresse da, sag ich dir!
After a long day of chasing, fighting, and treasure hunting, Indy is ready to call it quits. A Nazi mechanic isn't letting him go without a fight, however. Forced into a boxing match, Indy tries to survive his opponent while also maneuvering around a plane, gunfire, and a gasoline trailer. It's only a matter of time until matters spiral out of control. Fortunately for Indy, he's not the one on the plane propeller's receiving end. Before we weigh in on our top pick,
why don't you pick on someone your own size?
Here are some honorable mentions. Number 1. Toothless vs. Bewilderbeast, How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Now!
The Bewilderbeast is quite possibly the most epic adversary one can take on. Not only is it a massive, ice-breathing dragon, but it can also control the minds of other dragons. Hiccup trained Toothless well, however, as not even this alpha can break their bond. In an exceptionally animated action set piece, Toothless rises up against the Colossus and liberates his fellow dragons in the process. This face-off encompasses the primary morals of most awesome mismatched movie fights. Size doesn't matter, and the little guy can always make a difference. Do you agree with our list?
Flawless victory.
What's your favorite mismatched movie fight?
Why should that make such a difference?
For more entertaining top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
You're no match for my brains.
You're that smart.
Let me put it this way. Have you ever heard of Plato, Aristotle, Socrates?
Yes.
Morons.